One of the things I wrote, if Kylie Jenner made, eyelashes out of the pubes of homeless Greek men, she'd sell a few million pairs, wouldn't she? If not more, because she's got an audience. And that's the value of having an audience. Okay, she's got an audience of fucking idiots, but
yeah,
I don't give a shit. Are you buying anything off me? I'm not writing for you.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to become a comedian or a celebrity. I don't give a shit what you think. Your opinion's irrelevant.
Firstly, I'm surprised that some people think we are the same person, or I'm a profile created by your good self.
Yeah, that is weird. That is weird.
I never knew that until this week.
Yeah. A guy literally was. It absolutely blew his mind when I explained that you were a real person. He literally thought I'd been paid to set up your profile, mate.
I got accused on LinkedIn the other day by someone that one of my posts was damaging my personal brand, which I found amazing anyway, because
it's a bit late, mate.
Yeah, damage has been done, but it's my brand that I've created, or if that's what you want to call it.
Yeah.
So how can I do damage to it? If I want to say fuck off to all of you that think this, and then I lose 60% of my followers, then that's good for my personal brand in my mind, because the 40% that remain are more loyal.
It's a core audience, mate.
Yeah.
It's a core audience. That's what you want. That's what you're after. That's the whole point of content, is building a core audience.
Yeah.
Fuck going viral for the sake of going viral. That's why, hats off to whoever's running Oleg's account and Bridget's account, because they're getting great numbers, but they're not. If you're a guy like Oleg and you're working for a British company like the Daily Mail, and you're getting 80% of your engagement is in India, somebody needs to explain to me what the fucking point of that is. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'd much rather have 20 core people that are regular customers,
bought into what you're doing,
bought into what I'm doing, how I speak, who I am. Yeah, it's much more valuable. So
do you do a lot of the stuff on the numbers in the background?
Yeah, you have to. So always analysing stuff. That's what makes me laugh. You get people attacking me all the time, or even people messaging me, right, that used to like all my stuff, saying, you're not fucking funny anymore. The stuff that you post out, I don't like it anymore. I'm like, well, I don't give a shit. Are you buying anything off me? I'm not writing for you. Yeah. I'm not trying to become a comedian or a celebrity. I don't give a shit what you think. Your opinion's irrelevant.
I get that quite a lot. Oh, you're not as funny as you used to be, but no one was paying me to be funny then. No one's paying me not to be funny now. No. I don't would you pay me to be funny? If you want to pay me, and I'll write you a personal message if you want every week.
Yeah.
It's crafted for you. That'll be funny.
You tell me what you find funny.
Yeah, you tell me what you want me to joke about, and I'll do it, and you pay me. And how many of these people would? Not many. But if there are out there, and you are watching, get in touch.
Maybe that's our new angle, mate. Maybe you can just pay me a mic. Whatever you think we do that's funny.
Personalise.
We'll personalise it. We'll do it for you. I mean, what we're charging, mate?
Well, it would need to end in a 7 because to appear like it's value. So say we normally charge 10,000, but we'll do it for £197 per post.
Yeah, that sounds good. That's the price.
Who owns the LinkedIn profile, do you think?
You own your profile. It's just what people get confused with LinkedIn is they presume that LinkedIn is different to Facebook or Instagram or whatever. It's not. It's turned into a social network. It's just another social network. Yeah. So if you as an individual are on there, yeah, sure, you can get sacked for something you say on LinkedIn, because it can damage their brand. But they don't own your profile, and this is the thing that we tell people up front, is when we go and do this for people, is that it's dangerous in that if you invest in 4 people and their personal brands and you pay us to do it, and we grow these people massive audiences, and you've got loads of traffic going in, and then one of them fucks off to a different company, you just lost 25% of all that work. Yeah, which that's tough. That's just part and parcel of it. Yeah. But yeah, definitely the company just doesn't own you anymore ever. So personally, that's what I think.
The amount of messages I get from people saying, "Oh, I wish I could like your content or comment or engage your content, but I've been told by my boss or sales team leader or HR that I'm not allowed to because we would then be associated with the things that you say." And I just think, how can someone control what you do on a social media platform?
Mental, mate.
Within reason, obviously.
And I can imagine they do, and I kind of get why they do it. And I get the same thing, mate. I get the same thing. I get messages, where people just say, I really like the stuff that you say. Just obviously you got to respect that I can't engage with it. So I just thought I'd ping you a quick message saying it was a great post. Yeah. I just feel like, just fucking have a bit of I was going to say have some balls, and it's a bit sexist that nowadays, isn't it? Yeah. So just be a bit more just be yourself. Just if you want to fucking like something or comment on something, just do it. And the more people who do that, the more we'll get rid of this professional attitude that is just fucking nonsense. It was, you know, this kind of workplace construct that was made up by old white men decades ago that still exists. The only way you start doing it and getting rid of it in those industries is if you just start doing what you want.
But most of these people that are whinging about, oh, this is unprofessional, will be a completely different person in the pub on a Friday, Saturday.
Of course, yeah. But there'll also be the ones who are walking around to the branding teams going, we want authentic content, guys.
Yeah.
Like, how can you be authentic if you're a different person in the pub on a weekend and you're a professional version of yourself in work? Then what the fuck's authentic?
Yeah.
Like, you're either the same person or you're not, and your brand's authentic or it's not.
In where my old business, one of the things that we used to do, we used to get people that loved what we did, get in touch, wanted us to do something similar with their content.
Yeah.
We would then make their content in a style that they loved.
Yeah.
But then they didn't like what we'd done with it because it didn't look or feel like any of their other content. So then would want us to make our content more like their old content. It kind of blew my mind. It's like, well, you've asked me to do this for you. We've done it for you. Now you're saying it's not like your other stuff, but you've told me your other stuff shit and no one likes it.
Yeah. And they came to you as the expert in whatever it is you're doing. It's like when the people bring someone in who's supposedly good at what they do, and then they micromanage them.
Yeah.
It's the same concept. It fucking baffles me. Like, we do it all the time. We write stuff for people. And the amount of... there's a company I'm about to fuck off at the minute, who all my customers now will be like, is that us?
Exclusive. We're about to find out who it is now.
But they're... because everything that I send over and write for them, they tweak it. Don't tell me they tweaked it. Put it out, and it dives.
And then it's your fault.
And then it's my fault. Whereas when we were writing before, when they weren't tweaking it, it was going well, but they were getting a little bit of negativity on it, which you're always going to get, by the way. Good content always offends someone or always polarizes opinion in some way, where you'll get some negative debate on there, or you get someone who doesn't like it. That's just part and parcel of life. Look at all the big brands. They've done it for years. But it was working for them, but they then turn around and say, oh, we don't like it. We had a comment off such and such a body might damage the brand. So now they've started tweaking it and it stopped working.
How would you judge a marketing campaign, basically?
100%. Well, you never judge it straight kind of as soon as it happens. So for instance, like, that was the mistake that, again, there's so many opinions around marketing. People in marketing, it's like anything, like you've got armchair marketers all the time. You know, it's the same people who have got opinions on football when they've never played in their life. The same people who've got, opinions on parenting, they've not got kids. It's the same with marketing. People have fucking loads of opinions about what good marketing looks like or what good content looks like. But like the Gillette campaign, for instance, right? If you look at that as a standalone piece of marketing, Mint campaign, like, in my opinion, Mint campaign had the right message. It's taking their product away from a dying market, which all right, they're still actually the biggest spending market at the minute, but that will die out in the next few years. And that's the older generation that are traditionally buying their razors, and they're trying to appeal to a new generation, trying to appeal to more women, because women actually are probably where Gillette are getting most of their sales from now. And they did this fantastic marketing campaign, but actually, in reality, if you look at the aftermath of that, even though I thought it was a good message, I didn't jump on social media to say that's a great marketing campaign like a lot of marketers did, because how the fuck do you know? And actually, if you look at the aftermath, it's not a great marketing campaign, because a brand has tried to push an ethical message when they're an unethical brand. They charge women fucking, what is it?
Is it 21% more for their razors?
Something ridiculous. They shave otters and cats and stuff to test the razors. They're not an ethical brand, and they're trying to push an ethical message. So it's fucking bombed, and they got destroyed. You can't get away with doing that, unfortunately. And that's, but the difference is you can't jump on a campaign and go, that came out yesterday, it's in that, great piece of marketing.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah.
They got a clue.
The proof's in the pudding, isn't it? Or the results it generates.
The results are the only thing that matters.
And then we say, like, on the flip side of that, then an example where a campaign's done really well was the Nike.
Colin Kaepernick, yeah. Which again, you couldn't have judged that as a good move. But the only difference between Nike and a lot of other brands is Nike polarize opinion and take a stand consistently, which makes me think that they know exactly who they're going after, because they know who buys their products more. They've analysed the stats, they know that they can back a certain group, and every time that they back that group, it will rocket profits eventually and probably work. They'll never know for definite, but it will probably work.
Yeah.
And that's why they consistently get results by polarising opinion and taking a stand. Other brands get it so fucking wrong. Number one, because they probably haven't got the data there to start with.
Yeah.
But number two, just because they're probably not very good at looking at what their brand really is. Like, I'm pretty sure Gillette don't realise that they're an unethical brand.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Their C-suite aren't sat there going, yeah, we're pretty unethical guys. Probably shouldn't do that. You know, are they? So,
no. Native video seems to be, the rise of native video has been massive on there recently, and it's I don't know. There's like a certain level of production,
Yeah.
or what would you call it? The production value isn't very high, and it's just shaky videos in someone's.
Yeah, car selfies and stuff.
Yeah, but like, there's a few people on there that seem to have done really, really well on that platform. Have you seen the Sally Illingsworth videos? So she does random videos of her headphones on, dancing around a kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
Seen her?
Brains over breasts.
Hashtag brains over breasts.
Yeah.
But then obviously a lot of her videos, I can imagine, if you're anything like me, you'd watch them with the sound off. Because when you hear a message or what she's got to say, that, mate? Just it's off-putting, I find. Yeah.
It's got office.
Eh? You don't because you don't want to sound on in the office. But have you seen her? I did a post recently. Well, it was her post. I'll show you this one. What do you think about this? So she's got this quote here that says, "Your personal brand is your greatest asset. No employer can fire it. No bank can repossess it, and no competitor can replace it." Which is kind of what we were saying about, you own your personal brand.
It's kind of true. Yeah, fair enough.
So that's something that you would buy into.
Well, I don't buy into quotes for the sake of quotes that don't mean anything, but I get what she's saying.
So she's really big on LinkedIn Native at the moment. She does videos of herself dancing around, videos of herself singing along to songs, videos of herself in a car, the textbook wobbly camera in the car. And then she's got this little beauty here.
In today's day and age, we can
I've seen that.
talk to people on the camera that we don't even know about how we're feeling, but I think there's also a very...
So moody scenario, hotel room, nice soft lighting, soft focus, quite sultry, I think that's what you'd call it. But my question to you is, do you think it's like such a cheap tactic, wearing a dressing gown, showing a bit of flesh and playing up to that kind of role just to get views and likes? And
I think the problem you've got is this is why I fucking hate Instagram, is that Instagram is that on steads.
Yeah.
And I get what she's doing. I get what she's doing. And you know what? The problem is, as a marketer, I think this is where me and you will disagree on content. Is that do I like that sort of content? Nope. As an individual. But if it's bringing her in money on the back end and the stats are good and she's building an audience, as a marketer, I can't disagree with it. Yeah. So do I think it's a good piece of content? Do I think she's playing to it? 110 fucking percent. Yeah. She's playing the Instagram game on LinkedIn. What's it doing as from a marketing perspective? I don't have a clue.
She said what did she say? She's got 30,000 followers in 30 weeks off the back of like these kind of posts, and it was never her intention. Which ironically, it was 100% her intention.
Well, of course it is. Or you wouldn't be posting on social media. You're not posting on social media for 2 likes, one off your mum, one off the a colleague. You're posting on there because you want attention. And not what I don't mean that is, I don't mean like that in an egotistical way. You don't necessarily want attention for that. You might just want attention to drive revenue to a business, or you might want attention to build a brand, or you might but that's bullshit. Anyone who's on social media in the first place is doing it for one reason and one reason only.
Yeah.
You're not doing it. Otherwise, if you were doing it and you that wasn't your intention, either you just wouldn't be on there, or you'd be sat there with no connections, posting for yourself. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Everyone's on there for the same reason.
Personally, I think it's a cheap tactic, and you'd never catch us doing anything like that, just for likes and views.
I'd never do that personally, Mike.
I wouldn't either. Honeypot profiles. Have you ever heard of them?
Ish. Yeah, walk me through it, mate. What's a Honeypot?
So profile? I only know them because I had to run one for someone that I used to work for. So years and years ago, I wasn't on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I worked for this company, and they said, we've got our sales team have got their own LinkedIn profiles, but if we can't get our foot in the door with a company, we use this other profile, which we'll call Melanie Winnet, just for this example.
Okay, yeah.
And I would have to run Melanie Winnet's profile, and I would talk to people from companies that we'd want to work with and almost entice them in to work with us, which is cool. And I'll be honest, she did really, really well. She got headhunted. I had calls about her, but it was really weird trying to run it in the sense that we had to lie. She was never in the office, so it was like, I've been talking to her all day on LinkedIn. Oh no, she's working from home today. Honestly, it was fucking stressful to her.
How long was that going on for?
2 years.
Right, no way.
2 years. But then it made it embarrassing and stuff when I went to shows and exhibition shows and stuff like that. It's like trade shows. People would ask for her. Oh, is Melanie in? And I remember this one guy coming up who I knew very well. He used to send her messages at all strange times of the night. And he was asking where she was. I said I didn't know where she was. He said, well, tell her that I've been down here. And the whole time while he was talking to me, I was just thinking, I've seen your dick.
Cool.
I've seen your dick. Yeah, so, and that was a company that actually proactively had a fake profile on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And tapped into that male psyche, which was let's go and let's sexualize it. So, and it was set up, I'd imagine. The picture on there, it was like half the girl's head was sacrificed so you could get an extra 50% worth of cleavage in the pictures and stuff like that. And that wasn't seen as unusual or wrong. That was seen, well, other companies do this. Like we all know these exist on there. I don't know if you've ever come across them or experienced them or...
I haven't, mate. This is news to me. And all my head's saying is... we could do this for clients.
Why don't we set up a Honeypot profile?
This is a new service, mate. I could do that. I could build them profiles.
Yeah, well,
but no, I didn't know they exist, mate. Interesting market.
There's a few telltale signs. I think I can spot them a mile off now. So it'll be there's not much work history on them. They won't have that many connections.
Yeah.
The pictures will either be stock images or quite obviously fake. But what I always used to do now, so if I ever get approached by these types of profiles. Selling services on behalf of a company or whatever, I always Google that person or I always go and search Instagram because if that person looks like that, and I'm making assumptions here on, you can imagine the type of profile picture it would be used for these types of profiles.
Yeah.
They would have an Instagram because they appear that they love themselves so much they'd be all over Instagram or they'd be all over Facebook. Yeah. And quite often they wouldn't be. But that leads you on to... where people also viewed. Have you ever seen that section on the right-hand side?
Yeah, mine's horrendous, mate. What's yours like?
Oh, I sometimes I'm offended by who they put you in a group with.
Yeah, same.
But not just that, you're only 2 clicks away from boobs.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, you read yours out now and I'll read mine out. Yeah, so I've got Ariana Abshtar, and it's just a girl in like a bikini with an open front.
Yeah.
I've got Stephanie Scott. Similar sort of picture. Chantel Vizard, she's a freelance junior lingerie designer. And I've got Janice Jones, who's just, it says full-time mummy, and it's just a girl bent over.
Wow.
And Sir Alex Ferguson and Mitch Sullivan.
Yeah, there you go.
Interesting.
Yeah, something we might not agree on is Humblebrags. Like, I know you look at the stats and how well a post does, but I just think they're cringy as fuck. So I wanted to get your opinion on whether it worked, why people do them, and that kind of thing.
So I agree, mate, and I don't like them. But I've also helped clients who do include them in their content. And the fact of the matter is, like, as a person, as an individual, I hate them. I don't see any reason for them. But as a marketer, if they work and the data's good on the back end and it's bringing in something tangible, I can't really argue with it as a marketer, and as well, like, you've got to realise that I think the posts that we don't like and everything that we go against is, if it wasn't out there, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. So I'm almost kind of thankful that so many people think that that's the way to go.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't stand out as much if people were fucking normal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
I like parodying posts, and I wish I could parody the Jeff Shrimpson post. Have you seen that one this week?
No,
he's a proud father who his son has invested in his new business, which is washing cars, like any normal kid.
The investment in the bucket and sponge post.
Yeah, 3 washes return of investment.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic tale of business acumen. Some people would say, Mike Winnet would say, you're pleased that you got yourself a new 18-plate Maserati and you just wanted to get that onto LinkedIn any way you could. Instead of just saying, look, I'm a bit of a wanker, I want to show that I've got a Maserati, aren't you all jealous that I'm doing so well? He's probably forced his son to go out there and wash his car for that photo opportunity.
100%.
And that's, if anyone's not seen that post, I will include that in the podcast so you can see that as well. But yeah, so it's just them types of things. I just think, I don't know why people do them.
Yeah. Oh, it's crap, mate. Like I say, as an individual, I hate it. But if it's going to bring your business in revenue and as a marketer, I can track that and help you do more of it, then one of them, innit? I mean, what amazes me, though, is you'll get this as well, and this is from people that actually write humble brags. And I've worked and do work with some people who do it, is they still don't... It's not that I think they don't realise they're doing a humble brag. It's just that they're reluctant to admit why they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's like they're painting this kind of front that they actually genuinely believe the shit that they're peddling.
Yeah.
When we all know it's fucking bollocks. In fact, I'm working with them really closely to help them push out content.
Yeah.
And they're still not telling me that it's complete bollocks.
Yeah.
Which kind of says a lot about who they are, I think.
But why do you think people need to do this because they see other people doing this? They think, well, they're doing it, so I'm going to do it. Or do you think people are just they're pleased that they achieve certain things in life, or they're pleased that they've got certain things, and there's just something inside them where they've got to show off, like they've got to, you know, other people just say, oh, you've done really well. Because I've worked with people like that where all they want is to just get credit for certain things, and that's actually more important than doing the thing or achieving something. It's like, as long as people think I am successful or done well or whatever that might be, they'd rather look successful than be successful. And I think that social media is putting more people towards that way, if that makes sense.
But it's because everyone's insecure, right? That's what it is. So everyone's properly insecure, yeah? We all secretly crave attention, like everybody does. But the way that they do it is they you know, you get this when... This is why I never really, or I struggle with people who are like uber materialistic. You know, I get that people want nice things, but it's when they go too far. You know, like the first time they get a bit of money, they suddenly go out and get a fucking Beamer on finance. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, the minute you get a bit of money in the pocket, and you've got kids there on like, you know, 25 grand driving Beamers. If you're doing that, give your head a fucking wobble.
So you've got the Humblebrags, which is really, really popular, but in my mind, it's obvious why they're doing it, and now you're telling me obviously it works. You're on based on the numbers.
Well, for some people, not everyone.
Yeah,
like, I'm not an advocate of everyone suddenly going out and doing it. I mean, if you want to, go and do it, because it's just easier for us to do what we do. But
it amazes me the people that like that though and don't see it for what it is. Like, I'm surprised. I say this quite a lot though, but stupid hangs around in large numbers. Like,
but don't. I think like it does, and the vast majority of people are probably thick. But you've also got herd mentality as well. Yeah. Often people don't like something because they like it. They like it because everyone else is liking it.
Yeah, of course.
That's it. You know?
Well, yeah.
Probably why I get so many likes, mate. It's not the content.
But but then also the algorithm, it's set up for that. It's like if so many people like it in the first 20 minutes, they're going to push out to more people. So that's what you're doing, aren't you? You're banking on doing numbers in the first 20 minutes of a post or whatever. What I've noticed as well is nowadays is struggle porn. Like, I'm working harder than you are. I'm more of a successful entrepreneur than you because what time do you wake up? Well, I wake up 10 minutes early. What time are you in the gym? The weights aren't heavier at 4:30 in the morning than they are at 5:30 in the morning. It's the same weights. But they are my favourite posts at the moment to parody. And what I've noticed is last year people used to wake up at 5:30 in the morning. That was seen as ultra successful. It's now 4:30 in the morning. Have you seen that?
4:30 group,
so it's now the 4:30. And it's like... You're telling me how busy you are. You're telling me your morning routine. And no one ever says, I've had a quick 5 minutes on Pornhub before I get out of bed. Or I have like, you know, the 1-inch wank so I don't wake up the missus that's next to me. No one ever says that stuff, do they?
Yeah.
Or it's all like, you know, I got up straight away, sprung out of bed instantly. It's always the same kind of like language and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's going to get earlier and earlier. It's going to be 3:30 next year. That's that's my prediction and stuff. And I don't know, why do you think people have to show off that they work hard? Do you think it's real, or do you think people they don't really work that hard and they're trying to lie to themselves? Or?
They are lying to themselves. They're always lying to themselves. When people do this, it's bullshit. Like, honestly, the only time I will happily admit to you now that some days, you know, I don't get up till 10:30, and I wake up to a lot of client emails and some missed calls. But that's just, you know, that's just me. Like, I couldn't get up at that time and function. Yeah. Like, the only time I've ever been up is probably once for a flight. Yeah. You know, to an EasyJet flight to somewhere shit, and it really pissed me off. So now I just book flights in the afternoon. So it's not. I think it's just about being honest about who you are. Like, it's the same thing. Like some days, you know, I'll literally switch off my email because I'm not feeling it. I'll get up at 10. You know, I'll have a quick stroll. Maybe I'll, you know, fuck around and watch Netflix for ages, and not do much work. Is that cool? Does that mean I'm successful? Sometimes I do that for a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's this whole I work harder than you, so I'm more successful than you thing at the moment. I think it's almost dangerous.
It is.
But if you look as well, I take Gary Vee as an example. He's like, say, if you're not willing to like bleed out your fucking eyes, then you're not working hard enough.
Yeah.
I think that's quite a dangerous message.
But it's also fucking nonsense.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's just fucking nonsense. Like the thing is, like I got told by this ages ago, and somebody said like the difference between they didn't call them entrepreneurs at the time. I think that's yours.
Yeah.
That's something you
TM.
But there you go, yeah. But entrepreneurs, when they used to start calling them, didn't they? But he said like the difference between them is that entrepreneurs just do something because it's fashionable. So Gary Vee's made working hard and trying to build a business and doing more talking about building a business and actually building a business fashionable, right? So everyone's trying to do it. And he said the difference is entrepreneurs know in the back of their mind that they are probably instead and in terms of probability, I mean massively probable that they will never ever be successful.
All right, okay.
Ever. Like, I mean, but in the back of their mind, as an entrepreneur, they go, I don't give a shit, right? I enjoy what I'm doing anyway, so I'm just going to keep doing it. And if I don't get lucky enough to ever sell a business or build a massive business, I'm just going to keep doing it to the day I die anyway, because I just enjoy it. And I don't have to talk about it. I just enjoy doing it. Whereas entrepreneurs are people who get up, do it once, realise it's all really hard, crumble, and go back and get a job again.
Yeah.
So there's a massive difference. It's like the fact that entrepreneurs know in the back of their minds that, listen, 99.99999% of us are never ever going to get there.
Yeah.
You know, but you just keep going.
Yeah.
Like, there's no real science to it. It doesn't matter how early you get up or how hard you work or how many hours you work or none of that's. There's no blueprint. Like everyone just needs to stop trying to force each other down the same fucking path because it's not the same.
But you think it's because everyone is looking for that shortcut, and that is probably why there are so many online Insta gurus and stuff.
Look at growth hackers. Yeah. Growth hackers aren't a byproduct of good marketing. Growth hackers are a byproduct of short-termism.
Yeah.
Of people wanting results now and wanting to be able to build a business now and wanting to be able to get 10,000 followers or 10,000 users on the new app now. That's what they're a byproduct of. But short-termism isn't good marketing.
Yeah.
Good marketing is long-term thinking.
So short-termism then would probably join an engagement pod on LinkedIn to get your content seen. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly, mate. Like that is categorically the best example of short-termism, of growth hacking, that it's just fucking nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. I mean, if you've got a little WhatsApp community of people that you have to go out to and say, hey guys, I've just put a piece of content, like it so we can game the algorithm and get our content out there.
Yeah.
It's fucking bollocks. You're not producing good content.
No.
And what that's doing is gradually damaging the social platform that you're posting on.
Yeah.
So building an audience is long term. I mean, it can take 2 years, it can take 5 years, it can take 10 years to build a really engaged, decent audience for a brand, yeah? And what these people are doing gradually, and what they don't realise, is because they're after short-term results and short-term likes and short-term comments and short-term engagement and increasing their followers, they're gradually damaging that brand so that long-term marketing is being affected, because the rest of us will then struggle to build an audience and struggle to get decent content out there naturally and organically because it's fucking decent.
Yeah.
Because shit content is fucking drowning it because of these fucking stupid pods.
But some people don't realise the difference between a pod. Like, I see a pod as where you join to get your content seen, but you are forced to like other people's content. So you could put out a shit piece of content, and I'll be honest, you put out content sometimes, I won't like it.
Yeah.
If I don't like it.
Shit, mate. 9 out of 10.
But that's what it is. And I wouldn't want to be in a group where, because you've posted a piece of content, I'm told that I have to like it, and if I don't, you're going to kick me out the engagement pod. Is fucking stupid.
See, I didn't know that happened, and that's fucking nonsense as well.
Yeah, no, that is. So I know people that were in a very popular engagement pod that's frequented by some of the top voices on LinkedIn. Top voice on LinkedIn, and they do these articles themselves where they name themselves. So not only are they artificially inflating their numbers and boosting their content, they're also putting out supporting evidence to say, well, we are the profiles to follow.
Yeah,
I 100% guarantee we'd never make it on that list.
We'll be fucked. We'll be balls.
But
in fact, if I ever did, mate, shoot me.
I'll tell you funny.
I don't want to be on that fucking list.
I'll tell you funny story. I used to take the piss out of these like award lists and these like top 100 lists all the time. And I remember it being a sector that I used to work in. I said, it's your list of shambles. Any top 100 list in that sector that's not got my name on is absolute bullshit, because I should be on there. I said, I can't even name another 100 people that are in this sector, so how can I not be on there?
Yeah.
And they put me on the list hereafter. They put me in 51. They put me on 51. And they actually put me in there, I think, just to shut me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of them things where I just thought, oh, well, you've actually... And that's what it took, was me just calling them out on LinkedIn, telling them how bullshit all these lists were.
Yeah.
I think they gave me that title. I think I was the UK's #1 mover and shaker, number 51 in the world overall.
Right.
Mad.
Right. Solid title, that, mate.
Yeah, no, yeah, mover and shaker was a good one. So when I said that you were coming onto the podcast, I went onto LinkedIn because that's your platform. I know that there'd be a lot of people on there that wanted to ask you stupid questions, some good questions.
Yeah.
A lot of people that don't like you. Same with myself.
Yeah,
so I threw it open, and we think we had like 80 or 90 questions put to us. The majority of them were shit. So they've not made the cut.
As per, yeah.
So I wanted to run through some of them, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So I have got pods. Are you podding up? So is this us podding up?
With you, mate, yeah. We have that WhatsApp group, don't we?
Yeah, we have that.
Winnet Kelsall pod.
Yeah.
It's got Sally what's it called?
Sally Illingsworth.
Yeah,
she's in there.
Yeah, it's got a few others in there.
Oleg.
All the big names are in there.
Oleg. There's some people that aren't allowed in there now because they didn't play by the rules.
Yeah.
They didn't like my content quick enough, so I booted them out.
Yeah. Pop.
So yeah, no, podding up. No, we're just doing a podcast together. So
yeah.
Partially the same.
I mean, yeah. I like Mike's stuff. He likes some of my stuff. Yeah.
That's it.
We're both Northern.
Right. So when does a satirist? Is it satirist or satirist? I never know this.
Just however you want to say.
Just words. They're only words. Doesn't matter if you get them wrong anyway. So when does a satirist become an influencer?
No.
Well, that's what I said.
It's happened. Look.
Do you know what I said? I said, what am I selling you? Because I've always thought that if you are an influencer on social media, you are trying to influence someone to purchase something. If someone can tell me what I'm selling and making money from, by all means tell me, because I'm not that you guys know of yet.
Or maybe you are.
Maybe I am. Bluff. Maybe that's the sell. But no, really, I'm not.
Clever.
I'm not.
Yeah. I don't know what an influencer is, mate. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I guess if you influence people in any way, shape or form, maybe you can be considered one.
It's like the word entrepreneur then.
Who cares? It's just it's a buzzword. It's a bullshit word that don't really
Can you call yourself an entrepreneur? Can you call yourself an influencer? Like,
I don't think you're either. You're just I don't know what you are. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is the answer, mate.
But also, I think like, I don't think I'd buy anything that I see Kylie Jenner saying, "Oh, by the way, go and get your teeth whitened at this place." Like, I don't think I can be influenced by that.
Yeah. But I'm not either. But I think, but we're not mass market, mate. I don't think we'll ever be mass market. Like, you know, if Kylie Jenner, like I said it in one of the things I wrote. If Kylie Jenner made, you know, eyelashes out of the pubes of homeless Greek men, she'd sell a few million pairs, wouldn't she? Like, if not more, because she's got an audience. Like, and that's the value of having an audience. Okay, she's got an audience of fucking idiots, but
yeah, she's the first billionaire. Is it the first Instagram billionaire or the youngest billionaire? I don't know if you know that. Right.
Well, that just shows the state of the world, doesn't it? To be honest.
Yeah. Well, exactly. And I read an article about it because I read a lot of highbrow stuff. And
oh yeah, do you?
Yeah. And it said all self-made. Like, there's no help at all. Like, no help from having like a TV program on Sky TV, like a rich and wealthy family, well-known family, and stuff like that. But it was like all down to herself. But yeah, she's the world's youngest billionaire. Right. Which is fair play to her.
I mean,
that's right. Is it all right? Like, say your post, and this actually takes me on to another question that we got asked, which was, we be talking about whether Kelsall's posts are wanky or ironic.
Yeah.
And this is someone was asking on behalf of Chris.
Oh yeah.
So do you care as long as it makes money? Like,
I don't give a shit, mate. I'm a marketer. Like, I've never ever said anything different, ever. Like, I've released ebooks saying the same thing, that when I do stuff, it's marketing. I'm trying to sell to you in some way, shape or form, not hiding it, and that's it. So it's like somebody came on a message to me telling me like we said before, don't find you funny anymore. So fucking what? I'm not doing it for you.
Yeah.
Like, somebody thinks my posts are wanky. Good. You're not the sort of person who'd buy off me. And I know who that Chris is as well. You tell him to get out from behind that keyboard, the bald prick. I only knew of this guy because he kept going on my posts. Like, you know, he must have a bit of a thing for me. Whether it's a negative thing or a positive thing, he's still got a bit of a thing. He needs to have a word with himself. I have no clue who he is.
Yeah. I got told recently, that, this was last week, that I will get the rewards my limited humour and limited creativity justifies. Right, and obviously, you know, like what I used to do before this. So I just wanted that saying, I've had far more out of my limited creativity and limited humor than I ever thought was possible. In terms of like financial reward for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's just anyway.
Exactly. I mean, people honestly think that I've got an ego and I'm full of myself. I'm not. Like, I'm surprised I've got a business. But as long as I've got a business, I'm going to keep doing it. As long as the data tells me that I'm going to keep having a business, I'll keep doing it. Like, that's it. Simple as that.
So, here's another question: future of social media. More echo chambers, pods, or will it be more genuine voices? Which way do you think it's going to go?
Well, I think it's always been the same, mate. I think people are always going to try and find ways of gaming the system, and the system changes. So they try to find a new way of gaming the system, and the system changes. I don't think it goes either way.
Yeah.
It just...
People just
another
adapt.
Platform, people adapt, and then another platform crops up, and that takes over this platform, and then they jump on that one, and then they adapt to that one. I don't think it's... People are always trying to dictate where things are going, or at least predict where things are going to go.
Yeah.
How the fuck, like it's always been the same sort of dynamic.
This then makes me think our posts seem to be becoming popular, like our style of post now, and obviously now it makes sense because obviously you're doing a lot of work with different people and stuff. Now that's probably why I'm seeing more of those type of posts.
Yeah.
But and it goes back to that, gamekeeper, poacher type conundrum. When does our stuff then deserve to get parodied? Because at the moment, you've been on State of LinkedIn, haven't you?
And it's hilarious because the guy who does it, he's like, I'm sure he's like 22, 23, doesn't really use LinkedIn, but I don't think he gets ironic humour.
Well, no, they've featured me.
Well, that's what I noticed. So they featured you, they featured Mitch Sullivan, so they featured all the people that do ironic comedy and all the people that do these sorts of parody posts. They've featured, which makes me think that they don't actually understand ironic humour. I think it's a great account, actually. I actually genuinely do think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I've asked them to come on here,
I also think that they don't understand it. I don't think they actually get what they're doing. I think they've hit onto something without realising what they've hit onto.
Yeah.
Clever, but I think actually people like that. It's people like that as marketers, I'd love to work with, because I think actually what they don't realise they've done probably with their accounts is they've done something that most marketers aren't capable of doing. Yeah. And it's very valuable.
Well, I know most marketers are shit at marketing. If you really, it's like most LinkedIn,
99% of them.
Most LinkedIn experts that are selling course how to grow your LinkedIn profile or how to be seen on LinkedIn haven't got a fucking clue about these things because they've not got that many followers. They've not got that many likes on the post or whatever. Yeah. How many followers have you got, Dan?
18, 19,000, something like that.
That's a lot less than Sally,
I think. Well, Sally's better than me.
But she did it in 30 weeks as well, unintentionally, and you're intentionally worse than her.
Sally's the better marketer. What can I say, mate? What can I say? Maybe one day I'll have a dressing gown too. I'm taking that one that you gave me, mate.
Yeah. Well, that's not all guests will be getting dressing gowns, by the way, mate.
Disclaimer.
Your MMA career. Do you want to talk about that or not?
I don't know whether you could call it a career.
Long and illustrious career.
I don't know whether you can call it a career. So I was just kind of, I did it as a young lad, and I fought on and off for 10 years, but relatively unsuccessfully. You go on YouTube, you'll see me getting twatted a lot, and hence for the squash nose and the horrible ears. And
did you go to the normal gym wearing like your Wolf's Lair hoodie or your Supremacy hoodie, so everybody in the local town knows that you're a cage fighter?
I wasn't a prick, because once actually...
Because there's a rise of that, isn't there?
Well, yeah. Well, I stopped doing it because, and this was like back in the day as well, when people didn't really know what MMA was, and people were already starting calling people out for it, because I was walking home once from the gym, and I only lived around the corner. I lived in the northern quarter, and I was training at Predators in Manchester, and I walked around the corner in a pair of tap-out shorts, and got heckled off some lads on a balcony, so I just never ever did it since. I would just wear normal clothes to the gym, get changed, and then just stuff all the MMA stuff in a bag and not... But yeah, you do. You see them all the time, mate. They're all, all the gear, no idea.
Yeah, my brother fights. We've spoken about this before, but he says there's them like gym warriors. They come to the gym, they've got all the gear. They'll even bring the girlfriend down, and they'll go and
watch. We had a couple of lads who used to do that, and they were shy.
Yeah, of course. But they'll tee off on the new starter, and you know what I mean. They'll just be like, But then when they fought anyone that could do a bit, they'd always end in tears and stuff. But you'd see them walking around the shopping centre with the tap out gear on and that, and you just think, come on, mate, what the fuck? What you do?
Yeah, you do.
There's a stat: 15% of viewers that start a podcast stay to listen to the very end.
All right, so only 15% of the people are watching or listening now.
Yeah, so we've lost 85% of the people that first clicked on. So
fuck them.
We've got a message for that 85%.
Yeah, fuck off. I bet Chris is in that, isn't he, you bald prick?
Yeah, there you go. Job's done. So that is it. Done. First podcast in the bag, and probably the last podcast.